We have an intro now, Kevin? We're getting fancy. Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
Do we have to
All right.
stand for the Somerville anthem?
Yeah. You ready, Kevin?
Checking. I am.
No, you're not.
This meeting is called to order in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Law. Adequate notice of this meeting has been published in the Courier News and Star Ledger and placed on the borough's website. This meeting is Monday, December 16, 2024. Notice of this meeting was placed on the bulletin board at Borough Hall. A copy of this notice is available to the public, and a copy of the statement shall be included in the minutes of this meeting. Mayor Brian Gallagher.
Here.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Here.
Glenn Denny,
Here.
Tom Mitchell,
Here.
Randy Pitts,
Here.
Gina Stravic,
Here.
Roger Vroom.
Here. Please stand for the salute to the flag.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, motion for approval of the minutes of December 2nd. So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Abstain.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Abstain.
Gina Stravic,
Abstain.
Roger Vroom.
Yes. All right, departmental reports and notices. We have one, and just a reiteration, the reorganization meeting, which is typically held at Somerville High School Auditorium, will be held at the Somerville Middle School Auditorium at high noon on New Year's Day. Just mark that in your calendars if you would. Committee reports. Tom?
Yes, Mayor. The Old Dutch Parsonage will be presenting the following Saturday programs. Old English Christmas, this Saturday, December 21st at 2:30 p.m. Enjoy a reading and discussion of passages from Washington Irving's Old English Christmas. And also YT, Colonial American Protests of 1774, Saturday, December 28th at 3:15 p.m. Michael and Deborah Robb, owners of Tea for All in Trenton, explore why tea was the focal point of protest in America 250 years ago on the eve of the Revolutionary War. And finally, Colonial College's Yule Log tea burning and tea tasting, Saturday, December 28th at 4:15 p.m. Enjoy a festive open house at the Old Dutch Parsonage. Warm up with complimentary tastings of the historic teas that figured in the tea parties 250 years ago. Finally, I'd like to say this is my last meeting as a member of this council. For over 2 decades, I've worked to stabilize taxes, preserve our history and way of life, and honor our brave first responders. Now I leave it to the rest of you to continue the effort. Thank you and good luck.
We will be taking a moment a little further on in the agenda for you, Tom.
Well, I'll
And-
be here.
And so, I know you'll be here.
More minutes. I still got a few minutes left.
Yes, you do. Thank you, Tom. Gina?
The Somerville Rescue Squad report is 113 calls for November. That includes 11 fire calls, 10 cancellations, and 11 RMAs refused medical assistance. So the squad is always keeping us safe. The Health Commission met 2 weeks ago. They met in November. They are working on programming for 2025. The county report is pretty nondescript in terms of anything relative to Somerville. And we are working on a contract for 2025 for a health officer. So that's the news from Board of Health and Rescue Squad.
Great, thank you. Glenn?
Thank you, Mayor. The fire department thanks everyone for coming out to support the Holiday Lights Parade this year. It was the largest yet and featured 153 entries in addition to the Somerville apparatus. Fire department volunteers donated over 230 hours of service just to plan and organize this annual event. So make sure when you see a member of the fire department, give them a little bit of an extra thank you. Thank you, Roger, and those in the audience for all the time and effort you put forth to make that holiday tradition such a great evening. And the weather certainly helped this year, too. As far as the Environmental Commission, we did not meet this month, but we will be meeting again on Tuesday the 14th in the new year, right here at 7 o'clock.
Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
Teresa?
Thank you. The Municipal Alliance and Youth Services Commission did not meet in December. We will be meeting again in January, hopefully. And the new Public Safety Committee will be meeting officially for the first time this Thursday at 6 p.m. here at the Civic Center to address pedestrian safety, traffic, and just public safety in general. And I'm looking forward to getting that committee started and getting it structured on Thursday. The Somerville Public Library has a couple good programs this week, starting tomorrow, 12 p.m. Navigator office hours will be open to help residents navigate health insurance open enrollment. So that's a really important service that the public library is providing. Also, passport services in the main reading room on December 18th at 4 p.m. And that the Somerville Public Library is an officially designated acceptance facility for passport applications. That's the word I was looking for. You do need to make an appointment, and you can schedule that at sclsnj.org/passports. And that's all I have.
Great, thank you. Randy?
Thank you, Mayor. I have no committee reports, but I would personally like to wish all of our residents a happy season, happy holiday season.
Thank you. Roger?
I'd like to echo Glenn's statements to the members of Engine Company. Thank you so much for your hard work and dedication in these past few years, putting this awesome parade on. I know how much time you guys spend on it, and it's seen with how many folks show up and want to be a part of it. So to the driving force, thank you, Engine Company, for your hard work, and look forward to 180 next year.
You get to let PD know that. Just a couple of points. Number one, obviously, there's been a whole lot of discussion and intrigue and mystery about the drones. There are drones. I think we've all seen them. I attended a meeting down in Trenton last week. There was probably about 300 mayors at the meeting. It was held at the State Police. And while they gave some information, there wasn't a whole lot because I think essentially everybody knows what we know, which is not a lot. They are unsure of what drones are whose. There are probably now a lot of drones going up to look at drones, the drones that we don't know. There's a lot of confusion, misinformation, and what I will tell you is that we collectively, Office of Emergency Management, we met as late as this past Friday, just to monitor the situation, to keep an eye on it, to exchange information that we have from police, fire, rescue squad, OEM, state. We stay in contact with our county and state emergency management folks, just so we can monitor the situation. Once we know something, we will let you know. Up and down the line, they say there is no credible reportable threat at this point from the drones. We take them at their word. But we will continue to monitor. We'll continue. I know there was a phone call today. OEM and Kevin were on that call. That was with Federal Homeland Security. And I think a lot of the same information came out of that, Kevin, as well, that
That's correct.
the state and feds are monitoring, and you know, as more information evolves, we will be sure to let you know. We will get the information to you as it comes to us, but right now, there's really no credible information to provide. But that's where we're at with that. And then tonight, we're taking action on two items, which I think are of note. And I think they're of important note because something like this hasn't happened since the 1970s. Tonight, we are establishing an affordable housing trust fund. We are anticipating engaging in the affordable housing program next year as the new rules come into play. We have to file by January 30th, and there's a whole series of dates. But of significant note, and you know, this is due in no small part to two developers in particular. The first developer is the Storms family. And the Storms family has appeared a number of times before the planning board, before the governing body, and they are a very big presence in our borough. And it's not just the buildings that they build. As a family, they're present. They're here. They're visible. They work on their apartments every day, and they're a good family. And they bring to Somerville something a little bit different than the typical developer. And they have a heart because this is their home. So as a part of discussions with them, they have agreed to establish 6 units as affordable housing. This is the first of its kind in Somerville. It has not happened before. And that's a big thing. And they did this because they wanted to. They felt it was the right thing to do, and it's a good thing. And they're here tonight, so I want to thank both. Well, 2 of the 3 are here. 2 of the 3 generations are here. But thank you for doing that. This is it's a milestone in Somerville, and this is big, and I want to thank you for doing that. So thank you. So at the same time, we're also beginning an affordable housing trust fund. And we have a developer here, Somerset Development, who is in the process of donating $350,000 to begin funding that trust fund. That will help pay for some of our professionals and administrative fees. And again, it's something that they came to the table, they were asked, and they agreed, and that's a good thing to do. So more to follow on affordable housing as we hit 2025. There's a number of different benchmarks beginning January 31st, and while not ending on June 30th, at least the ending of the filings on June 30th. And so we've got 6 months of work ahead of us in terms of affordable housing and reviewing plans and existing affordable housing that we have. So good stuff ahead. Thank you. From that, I go from drones to Tom Mitchell. So Tom, I'm not going to ask you to go down. I'm going to talk a little bit.
Okay.
Not that I don't talk enough, right? So Tom and I have worked together for 20 years. I've known Tom a long, long time. When Tom first started, Tom and I had what would you call it? We butted heads here and there. We did, but always for the right reasons. And you know, over the course of a few years, Tom and I both began to understand each other, that while we may have had slightly differing opinions on things, and we both dug our heels in on issues, Tom always had the best interest of Somerville at his heart. And he's maintained that for 20 years. Tom is extremely intelligent. He analyzes every issue before it comes to this table. He understands numbers. He reads the ordinances. And you know, I'm going to miss Tom at this table because Tom was always one at the tail end of a discussion. he'd put that finger up and just go, one other question. And it would generate a whole lot more questions. But it was, Tom, your time here was incredible. And you helped to build Somerville into what it is today.
Well, thank you.
You've done an absolutely fantastic job. And we have to thank your family as well. I know your son is here. And I thank your family for allowing them to share you with all of, not just us, but with all of Somerville. And we know the time commitment it takes to do what you've done. And, you know, as you push away tonight, you should be proud of everything that you've accomplished. And we thank you. So,
Well, I am proud, and I thank you, Mayor. It's been a highlight of my life working with you in this council.
so I've got a resolution to read, and this is on behalf of the entire council. So whereas Tom Mitchell has been a resident of Somerville Borough since 1976 and was elected as councilman in November of 2003, serving continuously from January 1, 2004 to December 31, 2024. And whereas during his impressive 20 years of unparalleled commitment, he has served as liaison to every department and various agencies during his tenure, working with committees and staff on policies and projects that have made Somerville Borough a better place to reside, conduct business, and visit. And whereas Councilman Mitchell displayed a strong passion for historic preservation, advocating for the protection of historic structures, and ensuring that developers maintained historic elements in the building process. And whereas Tom's guidance and leadership working with the Finance Committee, Redevelopment Committee, and Historic Advisory Committee has attracted smart development throughout downtown and has placed Somerville Borough in a strong fiscal position to ensure that municipal services can be delivered at the same level and quality of the past 2 decades, making Somerville Borough the envy of many other municipalities. And whereas Tom has always found the time to volunteer his personal time, serving as a mentor to scouts from Troop 83 and Cub Pack 80, and despite his busy schedule, continues to play an active role with CERT to assist with safety protocols during events. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Brian Gallagher, Mayor of the Borough of Somerville, along with the Borough Council, hereby recognize Councilman Thompson Mitchell for his 20 years of service on the Borough Council, and thank his wife Helena and his children for allowing Tom to commit countless hours every year, making Somerville Borough 2.5 square miles of awesome. Tom, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, thank you.
So I also see Mayor Sullivan is in the audience. I don't know if you're here to comment on Tom or if. All right, that's fine. I was gonna let you come up now if you wanted.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. I can formally use this title for the first time in public, Mayor Emeritus Sullivan. I just paid my $70 dues and got my certificate in the mail yesterday. So it was $45 last year, so I guess inflation has even hit the ranks of the retired. You know I like numbers, and I did a calculation at lunchtime today. Tom, how many Borough Council meetings have you attended?
Oh,
504.
504.
504. I was present for most of those, and Tom, you were invaluable. You may remember that fateful day in the winter of 2004 when I called you to see if you might be interested in running for the council. And do you remember what you said?
Oh, I thought you were asking for my wife.
That's right. I said, oh, you must want Helena. I said, no, Tom. I would like you to consider, joining us. And I remember you said, well, I'm not sure I can do the job. Well, 21 years later, the voters of the town and the history has proved that you were capable of doing the job. You were a great companion to me in all my years on council. We spent how many millions of taxpayer dollars over the years? A lot. But we did it wisely and carefully and prudently, and you were a big part of that. So I just appreciate everything you did. When I stepped up to the mayor's seat, you were invaluable in your expertise, your longevity, your mentorship of the new people. Randy, you'd never think you'd be called a new guy, right, or a young guy. But by comparison with some of us, you are. So Tom, I know, like me, you're a grandpa. And even though I started before you, you certainly passed me by. You have how many grandchildren now?
5.
5. So you might leave this seat tonight, but your work's just begun. Thank you for the kind words on Tom's behalf. I couldn't have found a better running mate 21 years ago. And now when we have a reunion of the elected officials who are in the Hall of Fame in the state of New Jersey from the Borough of Somerville, I'm no longer going to be by myself. Congratulations, Tom. You should be getting your award sometime soon.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor Emeritus Sullivan.
Well done. Thank you.
Well done, Tom. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, we have another resolution. This one I will come down for. Come on up. Gentlemen, so as Glenn and Roger talked about, we had the firefighters, the lights parade, the Somerville Lights Parade. Now, let me tell you, this, is that on? Yeah. This year outshone every other year. It was unbelievable. Sitting up on one of the trucks, looking at the crowds as we went down the street, Roger was up on a fire truck as well. The smiles that you brought to people's faces was absolutely incredible. It really was. I don't know if people understand and recognize the amount of work that both of you and others put into this. But we felt it very important to bring you up here tonight to recognize those efforts of bringing smiles and happiness and tradition, because you got to do this again next year, to Somerville, because that's what Somerville's all about. It's these traditions, and you guys have created a tradition that is just, it's unbelievable. People can look forward to gridlock on a Saturday night before Christmas in downtown Somerville, and you know what? It's wonderful. It actually stops everybody for a minute. All the cars stop. They were pulled off to the side of the road. They're out of their cars. They're looking. They're watching. And it was wonderful. So I wanted to thank both of you for that, and bring you in and present a proclamation to the two of you, a resolution, actually. So, recognizing Joe Rodriguez and Dave Bowden for their outstanding efforts of coordinating the 13th Annual Somerville Fire Department Lights Parade. Whereas the 13th Annual Somerville Fire Department Lights Parade took place on Saturday, December 7, 2024, and whereas the Lights Parade has become a rich and cherished tradition in Somerville that draws hundreds of visitors from outside of the borough and provides thousands of residents entertainment and enjoyment as they line the streets along the parade route. And whereas hundreds of emergency first responders from throughout New Jersey decorated many emergency vehicles that winded through the streets of Somerville for hours as darkness set in, and whereas Joe Rodriguez and Dave Bowden dedicated countless hours to this event, coordinating logistics, working with other municipal and county agencies, and engaging and managing volunteers to ensure the enjoyment and safety of all attendees and participants. And whereas their exemplary dedication year after year and hard work have made this event better every year. Each year, Somerville residents and participants from all over look forward to the event as the holiday season approaches. Now therefore be it resolved that I, Brian Gallagher, Mayor of the Borough of Somerville, along with the Borough Council, hereby recognize Joe Rod, and Dave Bowden for their outstanding work throughout the year to ensure an entertaining and safe event, and hereby congratulate Joe and Dave on the tremendous success of coordinating the 13th Annual Somerville Fire Department Lights Parade. Gentlemen, thank you very much.
Oh, no, he's got a speech. I don't have a speech. There's a lot of people that need to be thanked. I don't need that. A lot of people need to be thanked that, besides myself and Joe. Let me start off. Rick from Verve, the Branchburg Rotary, Stephen Stabile, Brian, Kelly, and Lizzie Island, Greg Jobin, Mike Cerace, Albert and Ashley Bowden, Glenn and Joanne Sheets, the Somerville DPW, Somerville CERT, Somerset County CERT, all the members of the Somerville Fire Department, and lastly but not least, all the men and women of the Somerville PD, without whom we would not have been able to make this happen this year. I mean, everyone who was there saw it. Even we were overwhelmed. We didn't expect what we saw. But with that being said, I'd like to say thank you and look forward to somebody else doing this next year.
Not gonna happen.
Not gonna happen. That's it.
We're good. That's it. No, I mean, pretty much what's called. I'll echo what Dave said. I mean, I'd like to thank everybody. The generous donations, like he said, from Rick, which has been every year, Blue Sheep Bake Shop. And as far as the, what's it called? The Branchburg Rotary Club. I mean, without them, with the help of Steve Stabile, getting us the food and beverages and everything like that. Dunkin' Donuts on Main Street this year came through. So without their help, but all the members of the Somerville Fire Department and the community too for decorating everything like that. We just hope that the parade route gets a little bit bigger with the decorations. Yeah. We don't want to drive the PD crazy, but thank you. We greatly appreciate it, and all our families for supporting us being away for so long. But
Well done.
thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Congratulations. And we still have challenge coins for sale.
See you, Mr. Mitchell. I would stay, but I would stay, but I got two people that don't want to.
Yeah, I'm trying to make my youngest basketball kids.
Thank you again.
Thank you. Greatly appreciated.
I gotta find my glasses.
Okay, at this point, I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting to the public.
So moved.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denis,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, meeting is open to the public. Please state your name and address for the record, and please address your comments to me. Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to close the public session.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denis,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay. Ordinances for public hearing and adoption. Ordinance number 2751 is amending Chapter 102, Section 116 of the Land Use Code entitled Conditional Uses and Section 120 entitled Special Regulations for Certain Uses and Structures. This ordinance is actually an attempt to rectify a situation for corner lot fences. Folks who have corner lots were being penalized to some degree because they lived on a corner, and they were limited in what their fence ability would be. And if they did want a fence, they had to go to the zoning board for approval, which can be a somewhat costly event. So this ordinance revision begins to rectify that and put them on an equal playing field as to those who do not live on a corner lot in terms of trying to get a fence around their yard to give them a little bit of privacy. So I'll ask for a motion to open the public hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, public hearing on 2751 is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, motion for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 2752 is amending Chapter 102, Section 117 of the Land Use Code entitled General Regulations. This actually updates the corner lot, the visibility on a corner lot, and actually puts a diagram into the ordinance to show folks what they can and cannot do in terms of plantings and fencing on corner lots. Motion for the public hearing on 2752?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, 2752 is now open. Hearing none, I'll ask for a motion to close.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Motion for adoption, please.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, 2753 is amending Chapter 102-69, General Requirements. This ordinance streamlines the process for completeness reviews for planning board applications. Motion to open public hearing on 2753.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, public hearing on 2753 is now open. Hearing none, we'll close I'll ask for a motion to close 2753.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Motion for adoption.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
So we just want to make sure that the items in K are included somewhere else in our
Yes,
ordinances?
they are, absolutely. Yeah.
It's a redundancy.
There were some public questions, so I just want to clarify that
Yeah.
publicly.
There is. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes.
Randy Pitts.
Yes.
Gina Stravic.
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay. We have one walk-on resolution, which we will take separately as a walk-on, and any to be pulled off for further discussion.
374.
371 and 372, please.
Okay. All right, 365, approving the 32nd Annual St. Patrick's Day Parade for Sunday, March 16, 2025, starting 1:30 p.m. and approving request for road closure. 366 is approving a bond reduction for Somerville Urban Renewal Phase 3 LLC, Veterans Memorial Drive, block and lot as noted. 367 is authorizing transfer of funds to fund certain line items in the 24 budget. 368 is approving change order number 1, extending contract to end on May 30th 25 with S&L Contractors for North Orton Ave reconstruction and drainage improvement projects. 369 is canceling uncollectible sewer utility charges. 370 is authorizing submission of NJMVC CAIR Limited Online Access Program for Motor Vehicle Records. 373 is authorizing the Borough of Somerville to apply for a supplemental grant from the Hazardous Discharge Site Remediation Fund to the New Jersey Economic Development Authority for the completion of remedial action work plan for the station and landfill BDA properties. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes,
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, 371 is authorizing a contract with Millennium Communications Group for Borough Camera Project at various locations throughout Somerville as detailed in the proposal dated December 5 in the amount of $98,473.91 as per proposal under the TIPS contract numbers as noted, available through the interlocal purchasing system. Do we have a motion?
so moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yeah, but I had a question. At various locations, where are these going to be, generally speaking?
There's Let Park is one location. Giardino Walkway is another location. Fireman's Walk is another location. And the final location is the land around Borough Hall.
Very good. So they are, none of them are in residential neighborhoods.
No.
No.
All right, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
Yes,
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
372, awarding a contract to Danker LLC for the installation of specialized furniture for emergency services facility, 85 North Gaston Ave, in the amount of $25,240.20. Do we have a motion?
so moved.
Second?
Discussion.
Yeah, I wondered what specialized furniture was being covered by that.
The furniture is furniture that's used for the detention area. So they do have, the furniture that allows for handcuffs to be handcuffed and for folks to be able to be properly detained in accordance with all the requirements that the police department does. This is all on the police department side of the building per se.
Okay,
All right, roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes,
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
374 is authorizing the execution of an affordable housing agreement by and between the Borough of Somerville and Donald R. Storms and Madeline J. Storms. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes,
Randy Pitts,
Accuse.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
Okay, and then 375, which is the walk-on, is requesting permission for the dedication by rider for an affordable housing trust fund required by New Jersey statute as noted. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes,
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, bills and vouchers, Roger.
All right. For the final time this year, I make a motion in the amount of $1,609,219.72 to pay bills and vouchers.
second,
Discussion. Roll call.
Council members Teresa Bonner,
Yes.
Glenn Denny,
Yes.
Tom Mitchell,
yes,
Randy Pitts,
Yes.
Gina Stravic,
Yes.
Roger Vroom.
Yes.
All right, and Tom, I think, what did Dennis say? This is the 502nd,
504th, I believe.
504th, for the 504th meeting. I would like to ask you for a motion for adjournment.
For a motion for adjournment, I would like to first just say a Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and Happy New Year to everybody in town, and move for adjournment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? As Tom said, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and great holidays to all, and a healthy